Here's a bluesy bluegrass lick in G called Look Up Here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. One, two, three, four. This lick uses a combination of the minor and the major pentatonic scales, and oftentimes you would call this type of lick a mixture lick. And I'm also using some fun chromatic tones, and it starts with this simple little, that's why I called it Look Up Here. Look up here, look up here. First fret of the high E string with your first finger. We're all, staying in position for the most part here. First finger, second finger, third finger. So you can think of that in one of two ways. I'm thinking of it as it's based around a G minor pentatonic shape with a little chromatic passing tone in there. That passing tone happens to be the leading tone of G major scale. So this is a compelling way to begin your lick here. And if this is the beginning of your guitar break, that's a pretty strong intro, I would say. And it comes in as a pickup note, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2. So you play that same figure 3 times, and it's a down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down with the pick. And then we move right along. On the next upstroke, you kind of move down this G minor pentatonic blues scale. Upstroke on the F note, and then a downstroke on the D note there on the B string, and then you do that quick little pull off of the second finger to your first finger on the B string. It's the flatted fifth down to the fourth, and then catch the flatted third with your third finger on the G string on an upstroke, and then open G. So there's the first half of this entire figure, and it is a little standalone lick in itself. Now you want that pull-off to be as snappy as possible, so you really want to give it that kind of snap against, and sometimes I'll, when I'm working on pull-offs, I'll let that second finger that's pulling off kind of land on the open E string there as kind of a, a resting spot to follow through on, because you really want to hear that little snap. Okay? So moving on, we have some real standard bluegrass language here in open G, using kind of mostly the notes from the major pentatonic scale, but mixing them with some bluesy notes as usual. So that's a standard little figure in bluegrass guitar. Open D, second fret, open G, then pull off from your third to your second finger on the G string, and then open G. That's as standard as it gets right there. Then we continue, and we'll use the flatted 7 for a little bit of bluesy flavor there. It's really common to mix these major sounds with the bluesy sounds, and it's usually just the difference of a half step. So you see how this little figure uses the happy major sounds as well as those sort of bluesier, flatted sevenths and flatted thirds thrown in. So that's another kind of standalone lick in itself. And we'll wrap it up with this figure, another decidedly mixed lick using notes of the minor pentatonic scale, resolving to notes of the major pentatonic scale. So there's this figure, which is pretty common, using the flatted third on a fretted note, and the next open string as its major third. So there is, you know, bluesy bluegrass lick number 2, so to speak. Very common, very standard, useful vocabulary there. So the second measure of this kind of has its own thing going on. So we'll put the whole thing together here really slow, and I will call out the pick strokes. And this is keeping consistent with the divisions of the beat: down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 1 E and a 2 E and a. Pretty straight as far as your pick strokes go. So a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So as you can see, this lick uses chromatic tones. It uses standard minor pentatonic style language as well as major pentatonic style language and little mixture licks. And for the most part, once you get these little ideas memorized, you don't have to think about any of that. This just becomes part of the language that you will internalize and be able to use in your bluegrass guitar solos. So let's try that lick here with the track at performance tempo. 1, 2, ready, go.